Oh, alright, so loading this up just to test out the memory and using process lasso to change the cores around and everything in the thread priority. And it seems to accept process lasso changing the cores around, the thread priority, and the memory seems to be working great. And I just checked and it says I've only got 10 megs or 10 gigs of memory loaded. So I don't know how they've changed any of the mechanics in the game, but since I've already had this world built, I kind of wanted to just look at it, kind of thing. Like, I mean, I kind of remember what stuff does. I mean, you can kind of look at it and tell what it does. But as far as like any changes for any recipes or anything, and somewhere I do have a note file that tells me what I'm supposed to do. I mean, as far as I can tell, I can just ignore all of this crap because I did optimize it before I stopped. I don't think I have to add any more cable or anything else. And the determining factor is always the endpoint machine. So, yeah. So it all depends on where my endpoints are here. Can kind of remember where these tubes go. Kinda. Yeah, this wasn't the tube I wanted. What was I doing? Oh, I was gonna change some settings around. I'll leave that. I don't care about smoke. I mean, the foliage quality probably, yeah. Light quality. I'll set it to high. Uh-oh. That was the auto save. It's really just kind of a test stream. It seems to be working great though. So it wasn't really the video card that was stressed out, it was a little bit of the memory, but more so that the cores weren't being utilized. It automatically parked itself on the last two cores. Might have to turn the gamma up. Kind of gotta remember how to play a little bit here. Oh, also, it's like wipe day on Rust. Man, I was gonna mess around with this for a little while. I don't know if I'm really gonna add any more machines or anything. I really just wanted to see how it was gonna run. Right, I need more. There's a to-do list right there. I need more plastic from turbo fuel for computers. Need more computers for supercomputers. radio thing, adaptive control units. But yeah, everything from the start to the finish, this is all just one big factory. This is all just one big machine. I haven't even added drone stuff yet. I think it's this tube. You know, I've forgotten how much I like this game. We are the Slorg. And then the rest of the message is just like, you know, unintelligible slug noises. It's, Would you believe all this stuff works? And there's very little, say if any, like on this whole section, every bit of it is calculated out to make these things. Oh crap. No power thing. You gotta put a power thing over there. So like right around here. There we go. Yeah, I should probably add one over here too. The cable factor and the wire factor. Oops. Damn it. Hmm. You know, I just realized something. I mean, it would be a lot of slugs, and it's always easier to build more machines, but any current machine that you have, so long as you go all the way back to the raw ore, you can put 2 slugs in the entire setup, and it should produce double the amount, as stupid as that is. Like, I mean, I know it's such a thing, like, simple. It would just save so much more building time, or if, well, I mean, see, the problem is, as soon as you get into, like, 3 or more, like, 3 slugs or whatever, the ratios are not the same, but, like, with even, you know, with multiples of 2, the machine and not as many slugs, and you don't have to redo the math. No, I'm good. Replying to a text. Like 4 minutes ago. So I just did all these. Okay. I'm out of aluminum sheets. Of course I am. Yeah. Well, I'm glad it doesn't seem like they've broken or anything. You know, I mean, they may have changed recipes. I have not looked at the update. And I don't even know if they've updated it since the last time I played. I just wanted to see if it would run. I know that this factory would be a relatively okay stress test, so... which tube goes over that way? Is it this one? Oh crap, I forgot to... get rid of these extra industrial beams that I have here. Thankfully, there's a recycler right here. I hate throwing stuff out. What is the difference? Alloy 63 versus 37. Lead solder with a rosin flux core. Yeah, I don't know off the top of my head which kind of solder would be better for electronics. Yeah, I don't know which one goes to where. I think it's this one. Hmm. Yeah, this factory makes every part as both an endpoint and as a storage thing. And it makes only just enough parts all the way through to feed the thing that needs the parts. So it's all basically just one big factory. I mean, even the stuff out there, I'm pretty sure that's concrete. Like, it's been a while since I've done the playthrough, so. Like, this has its own copper feed. And there's only enough machines. It's pretty simple. I mean, however much one machine makes compared to how much the other one makes that's pretty much the whole game. It looks crazy complicated, but if you follow that one rule, it's not. Like as much Caterium as that node makes, there's as many smelters that can smelt it, per what's needed for every other bit of the machine. Like, I needed a little bit of Caterium. And right now I'm running kind of low on computers for the supercomputer machine. For the, could never remember what this thing is. It's the thing that uses the supercomputer to make the tier 8 thing. Or I think it's tier 8. I can't remember that either. Simple rules is you can come back to it and have forgotten pretty much everything about the specifics of the playthrough, and just look at it and know that, oh, well, that's, as long as it follows the rule, that that's what is happening on every machine. Like, and putting the transfer stuff above everything using the jetpack and tiered power things. You just add a layer every time. It brings it closer to like a lasagna than a spaghetti. It solves the spaghetti problem. Like, you can leave your stuff any place and have, like, any time that you have to add new machines to it, you just expand the machine, you just add more platforms. And I haven't even done nuclear power yet. This is like my second real playthrough. I never finished the first one either. You get to like the last tier and it's like, man, that's just so much work to do. It's like, no. But yeah, those are all coal, and there's no coal thing around here. It's all shipped in by explorers and trucks and stuff, because I'd never actually used the trucks before. I did at one point have 3 slugs in every one of those. I think it was like 75 total individual coal plants with the 3 slugs in them. But then I got oil, and that's where that goes. That brings plastic and rubber back from one of the oil things, which is also power. And then I added another fuel, just a regular fuel power thing. Then over there is turbo fuel. So I'd never done turbo fuel before. Alright, but I was upgrading that other crap. One second, I gotta answer a... Yeah, just sitting there idling. Now I'm using voice to speech on the phone. Or voice to speech. Voice to freaking text on the phone. I think it's this one. I think it was right here. No, I think it was down one. Yeah, it was down one. Oh, that's fine, I'll just fly there. Okay, so I left off upgrading this stuff, I think on the other end. And between inline stuff compared to, I call it fractal splitting, like this. One splitter leads into another tier, leads into another tier. That distributes stuff more evenly. Because if you don't get the flow exactly right on an inline thing, and your belt speeds aren't fast enough, your machine won't run, because it'll always fill up this amount first, because it's closer to the input, and then it'll leave your machines hanging at the end. What game am I playing? It's Satisfactory. I mean, this isn't me being mean here, but it does say so in the title. So if you, I'm telling you, for not for my stream, but if you go into another person's stream, it should tell you on their title. I mean, I know not everybody does that, but with my streams I do. And I would assume most other people do, but that's not a guarantee. They might not. I prefer this method because it distributes it evenly based on whatever input versus how fast whatever output can accept it. You can also merge it too, and the same thing happens. But the inline is way easier to build and faster. But if you don't get the math exactly right and your belt speed sucks, it won't run right. Now see this plastic, because I did the inline thing, is probably going to underrun. But yeah, these 3 computer machines, I just overclocked them. So now everything all the way to the circuit boards, except for the plastic, is now fully upgraded to level 5. I think, right? Yeah. I'm gonna need another plastic factory. No, I wasn't trying to say it to be mean, it's just some people do that most of the time. Like, it'll save you from having to go through that again. You know? The belt speed is important. I mean, every part of it is important, but the belt speed is important because if it's too slow, it'll cause a bottleneck. But it can never be too fast. The most important part is the ratio of input to output compared to machines, compared to their relative production speeds. But this is running great. And I'm pretty sure that's aluminum. Yeah, that's aluminum. It's aluminum, and that's the water for aluminum. Everything goes brrrr. I think this is just metal sheets, I'm pretty sure. This is just rods. I think that goes to screws. I think that was like the last thing that I was doing. Blugurk. Chickens. Chickens. Blugurk. I forgot how to open the crafting window. Crap. Oh, it's T, okay. No, that's not T. How do I select what stuff I want to build? I've forgotten how to do that. Oh, it's the Q button, okay. Alright, that's... Use that to stick the tile to it. And then you stick that on the tile. Few machines that make rods, just a few. Plastic delivery service. So I know I'm gonna end up screwing myself up if I don't do the math on the computers and the calculator. Like if you don't, like if you make any changes at all, it'll mess up everything, pretty much. Everything down the line. It's just copper smelter and iron smelter. And this is my iron bus. This regulates multiple inputs into a nice even flow for an output. And this is another regulator. Whichever one can, this inline regulator between the three lines keeps these three lines flowing evenly. Just imagine somebody sitting there like, okay, yes, makes perfect sense. I mean, it does make sense, but like, oh, I haven't really sat here and looked in that direction. Not for a while. Still gotta go farther. Yeah, 62.5 for one of them. How much would that be? Let me get the calculator. It's just easier on the phone right here. 62.5 times 3. That's 187.5 circuit boards a minute. I'm gonna need more circuit board machines and more plastic and more copper, more everything. But that's only to meet the demand for the slugs. Plus I've got a huge circuit board reserve, which anybody that happens to catch this next piece of information, if it is ever relevant, would be as soon as you can make a part, make a machine that makes that part and then just store it in like a silo. If you just stack the containers, because then you'll have a reserve of it when you do finally eventually need it. Pretty much every part has another part that it makes into another part. And you're basically storing the time that it takes to produce those parts. And then when you need the parts, like, you don't have to sit there and wait for the time to do it as if you never actually stored them. Which I know that seems really stupid simple to where it seems like it's a stupid thing to say, but it isn't really. Because you go through a whole period where plastic and circuit boards aren't really that important. and then all of a sudden the demand for them goes like, oh, it. So I mean, as much as I hate to say it, I love the way that the inline stuff is made and the way that it looks. But I mean, I do also love the way that the tiered split stuff is. I mean, but that's just so much easier, building it in a straight line. But the problem with it being easier is the belt speed can screw stuff up. But yeah. But yeah, kind of fly around and just watch it run. Oh, and form follows function, right? So you would think that this is my attempt at artistry, but it's not. It's just the most convenient way to deal with conveyors and having to go from one factory to another factory in a mega factory is to just put everything on top of the lookout towers. And then every other platform, every other conveyor that comes afterward, I think these need upgraded. Yeah, they do. Every other platform. Yeah, I lost my train of thought. Every platform that comes afterward, you just stack it on top of it and just go down the line on top of it. No, these are Mark V. Just seems slow for some reason. That's because the production isn't high enough, I guess. Just chewing through screws. So it turns the spaghetti problem into a lasagna thing. And the side effect of the whole form follows function of following that rule is it ends up looking like this. In less words, the way that it looks is not a result of an artistic attempt to make it look any kind of way. That's a side effect of form follows function. It looks the way it do because of the way it do the things it do. The aluminium. Is this thing still getting full? No, it should just be idling right about at the amount that it produces and consumes and recycles back into the feed. While this should always be full. Yep, nice. So as much water as it ever uses versus kicks back is the same amount that can continue to be primed into the system because of the valve that is run slightly underneath the amount produced here, the amount produced or the amount consumed there. So it's a totally balanced recirculative water system. The excess water from the aluminum production gets reused, is another way to say that. And see, it looks really complicated, but it isn't really. I mean, it's a lot of just simple things that follow simple rules. So I still don't think that this is enough computers being produced here. No, it's more than enough, never mind. So 3.75. The other thing I'm pretty sure needed a computer also, which is why the computers, I needed more of them. It was just, what, adaptive control unit, I think? Yeah. These orange looking things, the assembly director system. You only need how many of them? 4,000? I forget how many boxes that is. But yeah, I've been going for like an hour now. And I didn't really want to continue the playthrough. Not yet, anyway. It is something I wanted to do. I just wanted to add this to my OBS profile and see how Process Lasso affected it, see how well it handled the what's this called? See how well it handled the memory upgrade and having the cores sorted around and stuff, and it performs much better. So again, another, like, it wasn't my video card at all, like, it was just because it was running on 2 processors and low thread priority. And I don't even think it was a memory issue. But the extra memory does definitely help. So, nice. Good, and good. I'm gonna have forgotten that I put those slugs in the computer machine. But most of those circuit boards aren't coming from the machines themselves, they're coming from the excess. So the only real way to chew through any excess is if you have a machine that provides exactly the amount of input. Like, you'll never actually underrun that, additional stuff in the line, because the machines that use it can't use what's being produced plus the reserve. So nah, I just gotta chew through some circuit boards, and then I can delete that whole circuit board reserve thing that I had there. See, I don't really watch a lot of Satisfactory videos, so I don't know the relative comparison to if this is a mega factory by anybody else's standards, but every part, even in other parts of the world, that get made in other parts of the world, gets shipped back to here to get processed, which is what this whole highway here is for. It's the easiest way to get the plastic and the rubber back and Hello. I was doing some tweaking here. Wanted to see if I could get Satisfactory to run better with the memory, and yeah, it works great now. Oh crap. Excuse me, sir. I do believe you've taken my stabler. Satisfactory. The name of the game is Satisfactory. But yeah, I think I'm gonna go mess around on Rust for a little bit. I just wanted to see if I can get this to run on the stream at a higher quality, and it does. How, what? Yeah, Satisfactory. It says so in the title. This was before I had valves. This is my first plastic rubber fuel and oil factory. And I'm pretty sure, yeah. It also is a power generator from the petroleum coke. Pretty sure I had to turn these down a little bit. Yep, 91.25. And it's not overrun or underrun. It's the exact division for as much petroleum coke as ever produced. So it never shuts down, and it never runs out, and it never gets too full. I really like this game. I mean, especially like, this is pretty much my first experience after playing a lot and like making a good attempt at doing stuff and making it relatively far and have everything be balanced and kind of know what I'm doing. And then to come back after having not played the world and then being, you know, not confused, but like kind of mesmerized by it. Like, I mean, I'm sure that there must be at least one thing that's broken somewhere, but so far nothing's really jumped out at me. The freaking Cthulhu splitter. And name the factory that section Rylea. Oh, gee. And I use the explorers to transport the stuff back and forth. But yeah, I think I'm gonna call it a stream here and go mess around on the 5X server for the wipe, for the end of the wipe. There probably isn't gonna be anybody on the server, so it's pretty much just mess around. But yeah, let me save this here. Thank you for watching, and thank